Hey, besties. Okay, so I really wanted to make like an extra special Halloween video because I kind of did one with like the vampire stuff, but I wanted one that felt like especially Halloween and was like closer to Halloween. I was gonna post it on Halloween, but like posting on a Thursday just seems so random. I feel like Wednesday just makes more sense. So I really wanted to make some of the Dead by Daylight survivors in The Sims 4, and so I did. I made my 4 favorites. I had to sort of like grapple with the fact that like I have a more cartoony style, so like they're not gonna come out like super realistic, but like I think they're recognizable. Like I think, you know, I'm gonna be putting like side by sides on the screen so that way you can like see if you don't play the game or if you don't like know what the game is, who I'm making. And so I feel like I'm supposed to be telling you guys like what Dead by Daylight is, but there's gotta be at least some of you out there that know like what the game is. But for those that don't, Dead by Daylight is basically, it started off as like a hide and seek simulator, which is now more of like a tag kind of game, and in which there are 4 survivors and 1 killer, and you have to like do gens to power the gates to escape before like the killer gets you basically. And so they always add like a bunch of interesting survivors that are like original. There are some from like franchises like Resident Evil and Silent Hill, and yeah, it's a really fun game especially when you're first starting out. I think that's like when it's most fun. And so this survivor that I'm making right now, her name is Sable. She's like semi-new. She's not like super new, but she's like kind of new, and she's definitely like, I want to say a community favorite, even though like I feel like the community is kind of like split on how they feel about her. But basically she's goth, she's very cool, and I originally was going to try to recreate her like original outfit because I thought of this like lipstick swatch from, I believe, Get to Work. It's like the perfect lipstick for the ones that like she wears in the game, and so I thought I would just like recreate that. But I realized that like the outfit is just kind of strange especially for like the CC that I had in game. And so I recreated a different outfit of hers because in the game you can like basically like dress your survivors up in different clothes and like different hairs and stuff. And so obviously they come out with their own outfits, but you can also like customize it a little bit more and like mix and match tops and bottoms to make your own outfit. But I figured I'd just go with like stuff that like the game gives you because I wanted to see like how close I could get without like being an exact copy. And so I switch gears a little bit and I go for one of her other outfits. It's supposed to be more of like a traditional goth outfit of like, I guess like a 90s goth. I don't really know too much about like the different eras of goth, but I'm pretty sure that this outfit's supposed to be like more of that particular style compared to like her more modern goth aesthetic. But I think I got really close to what like the outfit actually is. Like I was actually really surprised. Like it's not the same, don't get me wrong, it's definitely not the same, but like for what I had on hand, like I think I didn't do that bad. And I think that she kind of gives Sable in the face, obviously a more like cartoony version, but like I definitely think, yeah. Honestly, I feel like that about all of them. especially now that I'm like looking back on it after I already did them. I'm actually really happy with that, because I used to really struggle with recreating either like other characters or like video game characters in Sims, or like real people in The Sims, because like my brain is like, that's not the same, like they don't look the same. But it's like, I'm not an alpha simmer, and alpha simmers are more like realistic, or like hyper realistic. Like I use Maxis Match CC, like it's never gonna be super realistic. So like that's usually not an issue for me, but like whenever I try to like recreate something, like my brain is happier seeing like one-to-one recreations rather than just like an interpretation of something. But like I'm sort of getting used to the fact that like this is my style, you know. I'll be like recreating something in my style instead of like exactly the way that it is. And it like almost sounds like a cop-out, but like I promise it's not. But I will say, for like the traits for all of these survivors, I'm gonna apologize right now if it's like not lore accurate to their like character description, because I promise you I've never read those, like never ever. I just sort of go with like the little trailers that they have, and then like sort of like the community canon for like the types of players that choose those characters. So the second sim is Mikeala, and she's a witch. So like her and Sable are like besties, and I'm pretty sure they worked at like a movie theater together. But yeah, so Michaela's a witch. Sable's goth, but like she dabbles in witchcraft a little bit because of like one of her perks. But like Michaela's basically like full on witchcraft. That's like her jam, basically. And I decided to go for this like really particular sort of like cozy outfit from Mikeala. And I had like the perfect hoodie. It was like a big oversized purple hoodie with like particular graphic on it, and it really looks like just like that, and I was really happy about that. The only thing that I really struggled with for Mikeala was like her hair, because it's kind of like a bang, like a side bang, and I don't really have too many like side bangs that have like a bun, so it was kind of tough. I had to sort of play around and like go through a bunch of different options just to like settle for one, basically. And honestly, there was a lot of really good like outfit options that I could have chosen for Mikeala. Like I was gonna go full on witch, but like I know this is like one of her more popular cosmetics, so I figured I'd choose this one to represent her. And I got this idea from playing Dead by Daylight and then switching back to Sims and then going back to Dead by Daylight like constantly one day. And I was like, why don't I just like merge the two together? And like Halloween is like a perfect time to do that, because Dead by Daylight is like technically considered a horror game, but like I think it's only a horror game when you first start playing it. After you've played it for a while, like it's no longer scary. It's more of like a strategy game about like how you can win most, rather than like ooh scary killer. Like that's why I said that it's sort of become more of a tag kind of simulator rather than hide and seek, because it's no longer like that. You're like running from the killer rather than like hiding from the killer. But I feel like for like brand new players, I think it's still very much a like hide from the killer sort of ooh spooky kind of experience. But I feel like after a while that sort of like goes away and it just becomes like a normal regular game. And so Sable and Michaela were like my first pair, and then my second pair is the Lyra siblings, and I really love them. And I know that like when they came out, like the killer that they came out with especially is one of my least favorite. Definitely I know is like a community hated killer because he just kind of wasn't fun to play against. But like the twins, well they're not really twins, they're just siblings. They were like the shining star of that like release because they're just so cute. They're so cute, and their perks involve like being next to each other and like helping each other in different ways throughout like the game. And I don't know, they're just so nice, you know. They're Brazilian. We don't really have many like characters of color in Dead by Daylight, which is like an entirely separate issue. Really, there's like a distinct lack of decent representation, I think, in Dead by Daylight. But I was really happy to see these two. And so I start off with the sister Thalita first. And I have many complaints about Thalita because she's like almost never given like full-on pants or like actual shoes. Like most of her outfits have like no shoes or like just sandals. Like I know she's Brazilian, but like please, you know, like she can wear pants. Like you can give her brother pants, but she can't wear pants. Like that, it just doesn't make any sense, you know. I feel like there's like a real issue in terms of like the design there. I feel like they sort of like typecast certain characters into a particular box that they sort of don't let them escape from, and which is true of like other characters too. But I feel like I kind of put Thalita into a box of like Brazilian kite lover surfer thing. And so she's always wearing like half shirts and like shorts or like not real pants and no shoes, and it's like this is just peculiar. Brother Renato, I really love Renato, and they give him more versatility, which I don't know what that says about like women in gaming, but like he gets pants, he sometimes gets shoes, he has different like hairstyles. She also has different hairstyles, but I feel like her hairstyles kind of suck a little bit. Like I don't know, justice for Thalita, because truly she's my favorite. But I think I did a really good job on Hanato because I very famously struggle with like making male sims from like the base. But I think I did quite a good job with Hanato. Aside from the hair, like the hair was really tricky because he has like curly wavy hair that's kind of like medium length. But like there's no hair like that I have for male sims. So most of them were just like straight versions of that, or like slightly wavy versions, or like not quite the same length. So like we're just gonna have to sort of squint and spin around real fast when it comes to the hair, because like I think that kind of ruined it a lot actually. But like I think I did a decent job on his face, all things considered, truly. Like, I think it's really, really nice, actually. I was really, really excited about that because I really, really struggle with making nail sims. And I've really been working on not just like neglecting them entirely and just like working on representing them correctly. I'll say that. And I did give him a ghost face sleeve because I was trying to like match the areas in which both of the siblings have tattoos, but obviously I don't have like the exact tattoo. But I couldn't find a tattoo that had something on his upper and lower arm at the same time but was like a different thing. So I just gave him the full like ghost face sleeve because I thought, like, you know, this is the perfect time to do that. And Ghostface is also in DBD, so, you know, it was a beautiful coincidence. But since I decided to give Thalita her like base outfit, I figured I'd give Renato his base outfit. But I cannot stand those god awful pattern pants. Like, they're just awful. And it's like you give Thalita shorts, but you don't give Renato shorts. Like, clearly they live in a warm climate, clearly. So it's like I had to make my own decision there. I sort of strayed from the path. And these screenshots, I took them in Forgotten Hollow because I wanted a world that sort of looked like the Entities world, so where it's like dark and campfire-esque. And low-key was a missed opportunity to put a campfire in the background. I probably should have done that. But I think it has like the same sort of gloomy vibe. And I will definitely put these sims up for download if you want it. But let me know what you think. Let me know if you played Dead by Daylight and like what you think. Did I do a good job? Can you like recognize them?